Alternative Breaks is FIU's largest year-round service learning program offered by the Center for Leadership and Service. Students organize, meet, and fundraise throughout the academic year to help communities in need across nearly 40 sites in the United States and abroad. This spring break, 5 of those groups traveled to Nicaragua, the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, to work on improving the lives of the Nicaraguan people. A group of honors college students traveled to the volcanic island of Ometepe to set the groundwork for a reforestation project that will endure long after they're gone. But before any seed can be planted, the group must make the trek from the capital of Managua to the port of San Jorge. They have a ferry to catch.
What really interested me about it was the whole reforestation aspect, the whole environmental aspect, something that I've been interested in since, as a kid.
When I did get involved in alternative breaks, I didn't know where I was going or when I was going, so most people thought that was kind of weird, but I stuck with it. They told me I'd go during spring break, I didn't know where, and I said, okay, so here I am.
Right now we're in San Jorge. We're waiting for the ferry to go to the islands. Been looking around. We found out that there's freshwater sharks around here, so we're pretty excited about maybe seeing a couple of them.
Should be about an hour ride. It's pretty windy, kind of choppy, so hopefully nobody gets sick. The view's great, and looking forward to what's on Ometepe for us.
Once on the island, the group meets up with project coordinator Jamie Carson. Carson, a former lawyer from Nebraska, volunteered at an orphanage on the island years ago and ended up staying.
According to the superstitions of Nicaragua and the islanders, if they feed you the red mojarra, which is a red fish, you're no longer allowed to leave the island. And somebody must have slipped me one because I've been here ever since. That's now 11 years.
On their way to the hotel, the group stopped at an ecological park for a close encounter with the island's native flora and fauna. After a long day of traveling, the group settled in. The following morning, the group toured via kayak an area of the coast affected by deforestation that their project will be targeting.
We climbed out of our kayaks and we went through an area that we really saw was deforested, you could say. A lot of the land was dried out, but at the same time there weren't a lot of trees, and you can tell that there were trees there. So that was a perfect example of the reason that we're here.
Back at La Omaha, local conservationist Uber Ortiz helps students understand the history of the island's deforestation problem.
Cuando ganó la revolución sandinista eran de Somoza y pasaron a manos del Estado. El Estado tuvo poco control que se las dio a los pobladores, a los campesinos. El campesino no manejó muy bien la agricultura, mucha quema, mucho despale. Entonces ahora el problema es de que estamos en lo que estamos. En un desierto casi.
With a better understanding of the problem facing the island, students finally started to get their hands dirty.
We're here today at the baseball field in San Ramon. We're collecting manure that we're going to mix with the soil that we'll be collecting tomorrow afternoon. And we're going to be putting those into little plastic bags, which we will then use to plant the seeds that we're going to be collecting over the next few days.
So first we went to a baseball field, which is apparently where horses like to hang out, horses and cows. That's how I guess we learned how to tell between cow manure and horse manure. The other one that didn't look like a cow pie, and that was the good stuff.
We're going to be visiting a couple different baseball fields here today. At the same time we collect the manure, we'll also be doing a favor of cleaning up the field for Sunday's games.
The next step was to hike up Volcán Maderas in search of hundreds of seeds from more than a dozen native tree species.
We just got finished counting guayaba seeds. So right now we're going to look for madroño.
Once collected, the seeds are planted in hundreds of small bags filled with compost, where they can mature until they are ready to be transplanted by future alternative break groups.
Well, this project is really important for myself, and I can say the same thing for the group, because it is something that hopefully will set the stepping stones for other groups that can come from the Honors College or any other alternative breaks group that decides to join. It's a project that continues to go on. You can keep populating the whole island with more and more trees and make a difference.
I think the success of the project will depend upon the continuity of students continuing to come down to follow up. And most of the projects that we do down here through the AB groups are continuous projects that do require follow-up. The most important aspect, I think, of any of these projects is that the people that leave help to recruit or promote when they get back, to get somebody to basically take the baton and keep running.